Today I will be showing everyone how to install a SSD into the HP EliteBook 8440P. To do this, obviously, you need a computer. You also need your SSD, and included with this SSD is a enclosure for the hard drive and also the cloning software, which is very helpful. So you can also just buy a regular SSD, but then you need to buy the cloning software, and also a screwdriver. But this is optional, a backup drive, so that you can back up your computer before you mess with the hard drive and copy it and everything, because it's always good to back it up before you start messing with it. So the first step, and this is an optional step, it doesn't have to be done, but it's a very good idea, is to back up your computer onto an external hard drive. So that is what I'm doing right now, and I will come back when it's done. Alright, so now that the backup is complete, what you want to do is unplug the system from the charger and turn it off. Now that the system is shut off, what you want to do is take out the battery, because you don't want any power running to the system while you're working on it. So just take out the battery like that. And once the battery's out, what you want to do is locate the hard drive bay. So that's this bay right here. So all you gotta do is undo the screws. Make sure you don't lose them. They're very small and they will fall in the places where you don't want them to. And this is not in the same place in all laptops. This is just this laptop. It's in this place. So just carefully take it off and set that aside. Now, after you have the base cover off, what you want to do is undo any other screws that you have to do. Now, some of these might have screws with them, or springs with them, so you want to make sure that you don't lose the springs. Now, if you notice here, this hard drive is in a case. So what you want to do is just undo the screws to take the case off. Now that all the screws are out, simply remove the hard drive. Make sure you don't lose these screws. Now it's time to put the SSD in. So what you want to do is get your SSD box and open it up. Now inside you will see the user manual, DVD, an installation that shows you how to do it on DVD, the cloning software, this is very important, a regular size USB to mini USB for the hard drive enclosure, also very important, the hard drive enclosure itself. Now this is for a desktop. There is 3.5mm brackets if you wanted to mount it in desktop, and a SATA power cable and a SATA data cable. And also, you get the SSD itself, and this little plastic piece that makes it from 7mm to 9.5mm. Now, if you've never done this before, now would be a good time to refer to the DVD. But earlier today, I installed this same SSD on my MSI laptop, so I know what I'm doing. So I'm not going to read the DVD or watch the DVD. Now, because this computer has a hard drive case, you do not need this little plastic adapter. So all you got to do, slide the SSD in and screw the screws back in. Now what you want to do, after you have the SSD screwed in on all four sides, is put it in back into the bay. Now this might take some moving around, and then what you want to do, slide it all the way over so that the connectors line up, and now put the other screw back in to hold it in place. Now that the SSD is securely in place and the connectors are lined up, it's time to put the cover back on. Alright, so now that the hard drive cover is back on, what you want to do is pop in the battery again. Just like that. There we go, locked in place. Now, you want to take the hard drive enclosure that comes with the system, or your SSD, or if you bought another one, take that, make sure you have the hard drive enclosure, the mini USB cable, and also the cloning software. There we go. Now slide the cover back on. And return it to the lock position. Now take this mini USB, plug it in to the external enclosure, and now just plug the USB into any USB port on the laptop. Now what you want to do there we go. Now slide the cover back on. And return it to the lock position. Now take this mini USB, plug it in to the external enclosure, and now just plug the USB into any USB port on the laptop. Now that the hard drive enclosure is plugged in via USB, what you want to do is make sure you have the cloning software CD handy, and quickly turn on the laptop and put it in the CD. And after you put in the CD, it should boot into the cloning software. Now once you see that at the top, the starting Acronis loader, you know you're in good shape. So now that the cloning software is loaded, you want to select your language, let it do its thing. Now once you see this screen, after it goes through all the loading stuff, what you want to do is go to Clone Disk, Automatic, which is already selected. You want to hit Next, and it's going to say Processing. This will go on for a little bit, but just let it do its thing. Now after the processing thing goes away, what you want to do is see that you have disk 1 before and after, and see how much it will be filled up after. So you want to make sure the content on your hard drive is less than the total amount of storage that the SSD can hold. In this case it is, so all you want to do is hit proceed, and it will do all the copying, but just be patient. This will take some time, so just let it do its thing and make sure it's plugged in. Now once the cloning process is done, you will get this message on the screen, so all you have to do is hit OK, take out the CD, and close the program. Now it will automatically reboot from the SSD. So just let it do its thing. So as you can see, that was a really quick reboot, and it rebooted right into Windows. So now you've successfully transferred all your content to Windows. And it might ask you to restart it, so just hit restart now, let it do its thing, and then it will boot back up and it'll be fine. So there it is, the Windows desktop super fast with an SSD. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below.